Hello everyone. So this is our second session of web development from Techvanto Academy. In the last session, we learned about the HTML and CSS. Now for the web development, the most important topic is the responsiveness of any kind of website or any kind of application. Nowadays we can see there are websites as well as mobile applications present. So whenever we open a website on a system like laptop, desktop, etc., so on browser we can see that website, but the same website we open on mobile, then it looks quite different. So how this can be possible? The same website, the same content, but the format, but the response is quite different. How this can be possible? So now in this era of advanced web development, we have the responsiveness through the bootstrap or some kind of other user interfaces. So we are going to learn bootstrap here. So now what is exactly bootstrap? So it is an front-end framework for faster and easier web development, and a kind of user interface is given through it. So it includes the HTML and CSS based templates for typography and forms. A responsive web design is about creating a website which automatically adjusts themselves to look good on all devices, from small phones to large desktops. Now we will see in the next session what is the responsiveness and what is bootstrap. I am the trainer Deepika Rane from Techvanto Academy, taking this workshop for you. So starting with the basics of this, the question is why bootstrap? Only few points about this: that easy to use, responsive features, and mobile first approach, this is most important, and browser compatibility. It is compatible for all the browsers like Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and all others. So Bootstrap released its 3 versions. First one is the Bootstrap 3, Bootstrap 4, and Bootstrap 5, respectively in 2013, 2018, and 2021. And the Bootstrap 5 is the latest version. It is before just one or more than 1 year. Now whenever we think about what is responsiveness exactly, so when you go to some websites, like we are going to the Prime Video website here, you can see this is a Prime Video website, and now it is open on a laptop, right? So this is a screen from the laptop. Okay, so you can see this is the contents are placed very well. When I scroll down, I see some blocks, some sections are there placed in manner, some footer is present over, and one more thing, that is this is a nav bar, we can see here. So nav bar also has some content, some linkings and etc. Right, if I go to the category, I can see many things. See, if I take a cursor on this, it is showing me some effect. How come this effects, or how this navbar is to be taken? So simple navbar we can take from the HTML that we have seen, right? But it is customized navbar. So how can we use this navbar? Also, if I minimize this, window, then you can see this window is smaller, right? Just like we can see on mobile, correct? But the contents are also adjusted automatically. The contents are also adjusted automatically. So how can this possible? So this is called as the responsiveness exactly. If I make it a quite large, then they are also adjusted properly. Their placements are quite different, right? And if I make it a complete window tab, then the contents are also placed in a different fashion. So this is called as the responsiveness. Again, if we go to the next website, this is a Flipkart website, one online shopping website. You must have visited this. Whenever first time I opened this, I found this something here, right? A login window. But I can click this and close. So I see the images are going and coming, right? So this is called as a carousel in technical language. So I can see many photos or images over there, right? If I scroll down, I see same placing of images, okay? And now if I minimize this, you can see also some changes over there, okay? So this is called as the responsiveness, a complete responsive website, just like Prime Videos, Amazon, and other many shopping websites. And nowadays every website is coming through the responsiveness. So we will learn how to make a responsive web page. So first of all, I will start with the basic Bootstrap 3 version. Now we will shift to our VS Code. Let's start creating one file. First of all, I will create one HTML file for this. Now we will be using this file to create one web page, which will be a responsive web page. So first of all, start with the HTML, some heading tags, some title to this, I would say responsive web page, and then the most important body tag, so first of all, when we are starting any Bootstrap page to develop, we need to find the links, or there is another way. You need to install the Bootstrap. So we will be taking the help of Bootstrap CDN links. For that, I can go to the W3 School. This is one of the website which is helpful for the developers, and you go to the version. Then I can find here some basics of this, and if I go to the get started, this is showing Bootstrap CDN. So I will use this max CDN links in my HTML file to make a use of Bootstrap 3. This is I will choose this, go to get started, go to CDN links, select this, copy and paste them to your code, where you should paste them in a head tag. Indentation is important whenever you are writing any VS code. So I am having these links over here, 3 Bootstrap links. Now you can see here some links. There is one more, that is you can add also the icon. Yesterday we have added, and you can add also the CSS file. We will create it and then add. Now why these links are present over here? The main reason is Bootstrap have some classes. They are called as some inbuilt classes. So whenever we are going to use these inbuilt classes, these links are help to present them over browser. If we are not including these links over here and we are just using the classes, that classes will not be effective on the web page. So we are using these links over here in the head. Now first basic class of Bootstrap is the container class. For this we will start with the div class equal to, the class name will be container. Now we are using this div. So container class will have a container. In that container we can place our code, and a specific margin is provided through this container class. Now just we have seen a nav bar in Prime Video website. So we will try to create the nav bar, similar nav bar here. Use a nav class. The default nav bar class is nav bar default. And now here we will be writing some default classes. We will be using some default classes of navbar. The class will be container, or you can use the container fluid. Container fluid will provide you the complete navbar. If I use this container fluid, we will see the effect. Then the navbar will have a header, so we will create one div for this. It will be properly visible right now. Navbar header class. Then now we want a navbar like it should be collapsed when we are minimizing the window. You can see that this window is minimized. If I make it large, you can see all this here, correct? But if I minimize this, then you can see the nav elements or nav items are hidden over in this browser text. If I make it large, then these contents can be seen. If I collapse it, then they are hidden. So we will try to create one navbar like this. So for that I need one button. Its type will be button and the class will be navbar toggle class. There is one attribute called data toggle. So the data toggle will be collapsible. We will keep it a collapsible navbar. So it will be the collapse property, and you need to target it somewhere that it should hide and open. So provide one more attribute called target and give some name to it. I will say TA nav and close this button. Now inside this button we can take one text, or we can take the icon, so we can find it there when we minimize the screen. So I will use icon bar here. And 3 bar we will be using, that it looks good. Now after a button we will take some text over here. A brand name of our web page. So it will be right now I will keep it a null, so it will not route us anywhere. Now this div is closed. indent it properly so that you will find the closing, opening and closing div on the same line. Next to that, so what should we want to hide inside that collapsible navbar? So navbar collapse will be having the collapsible things, or what we want, the items over there, some linkings or something. So id that we have provided here, ta nav, right? So this will be the target of our nav bar. Now inside this div, write a UL tag and list out what items you want to take in a navbar. So this UL tag will also have some class. So what will be that class? So that class will be navbar nav. This is the basic most important class in the UL tag. And here we will provide some links. Right now we are taking it the basic hash links. We can say home, then some courses, so let's see how this navbar looks like. First of all, I will save this code and let's open this on a browser. So when you click that reveal in file explorer, it takes to you to the folder, and from there you can open this. So I will be opening this. Now you can see this navbar is present over here. As it is a default navbar, it is having the light gray shade over here. I want the navbar like this, a black navbar. Then what should be the changes for that? So I can do that. Let's see what is the option for that. So instead of making the navbar default, I will make it inverse. Navbar inverse, navbar inverse. So this is the also a default class of navbar. If I save this, and again we will check our so we can see that our navbar is turned to an inverse color. It looks good. So if I want some options over here, just like this category has some drop down, right? So if I want some option over here, then in that case what can I do? So there is one thing called a drop down toggle which helps us to make a drop down. So we will be creating here one drop down li, and this class will be a drop down class. Now in this case we will create one options item. So we want this to be a toggled, so the class we will provide it drop down toggle. And just remove this because we are not navigating from this class to anywhere. And one more thing that you need to add over here, the another attribute, that is data toggle. So it will be a drop down class. Now these options will have some other items, secondary items in that. So how we can take it, there is one class called caret. So in span we will use the caret class, and now one ul for this, so we can add the list of sub items in our class. So here again class, give a class name drop down menu, and in that create the list of some items. So this is what we, a caret class for this, a drop down class for some options, just like we have seen in our Prime Video website. Categories are having some other options, so this is the drop down menu. Here we will create some option. First of all, take a drop down class in an li, then it will be having a drop down toggle and the drop down, the data toggle attribute for a drop down, and one more in a span, a caret class, which will be having these menus over there. So I will write it here, options, and then one more option. Now just check whether this is working or not. So going to the browser, just refresh it. I have an option class, and clicking on this option class I found two options here, resume and career links, right? So this is one type of the nav bar. Another thing, we have seen some things over the right side of this nav bar also. So how this right nav bar we can create? We can create this right nav bar in the same. So where you are closing the first unordered list, start the next unordered list over there and use a class here use a class navbar, nav, and the navbar right. So these are some inbuilt classes, basic inbuilt classes that you should use. You will get these classes over the websites called there are many websites you can search. Then now list out some items over here. Now there is one thing, we can see some icons in some websites. So how these icons come? So Bootstrap 3 version of Bootstrap have an additional feature called glyph icon that we will be using here. So use a span class for this, and in that span class, first of all I will take a name as a login, and then here I will use a glyph icon class. Now what is glyph icon? So glyph icon give you some kind of icons that are suitable to the navbar. If I use this login glyph icon here, they have the names over there. Just have a look. We will going to be see glyph icons over here, right? So there are 260 almost glyph icons. These are called as some glyph icons. So kind of glyph icons we are going to use in our web page. Now the second one will be a user glyph icon. It will give you just like a sign in or sign up option. Again I am using a span class over here, and it will be a text like sign up. So this span will be using a class called glyph icon user. Now save this. Let's see, is it working for us? Refresh this. Okay, so I should add one more glyph icon class. That must be working over here. Glyph icon, again glyph icon, and glyph icon login, and glyph icon sign in. So the pattern will be like this: glyph icon login, glyph icon user. I will save this. Let's see, they are working. You can see there are some icons over here, right? The same for the home and everything we can use. We have 260 and more than 260 glyph icons. 260 glyph icons are free, you can use directly. Simple way, I will use one more glyph icon for this home. So I will be using one span class over here. this text should be okay. Place it over here and then use a glyph icon. Home. Now see, this glyph icon home is here. So as inbuilt classes provided, whenever you hover to these text, you will find the color is changing of this text, that they are enlightening themselves. So this is because of the bootstrap. Now there is another class, we will take it, called the Jumbotron class. We will be using some few classes to see the effectiveness of this and the responsiveness of web page provided by the bootstrap. Now one class called a Jumbotron some text I want to use here. So this Jumbotron is now outside the container. We'll try to shift this inside the container. Let's see. So if we are taking inside the container, then see, this Jumbotron is by default having the gray shade color, gray box with the rounded corners and enlarged font size of text. If you see, simple HTML H1 tag will not provide you this kind of text, this kind of size of text, but Jumbotron can provide you this one, right? If I want to take any image background to this text, so I can use that. Let's try to take one image background to this. So for that we will be creating one CSS file. Just link this CSS file first of all here. Relation will be the style sheet. Save this, and as this is a class, we will use the dot operator and the class name Jumbotron class and background image. Let's find here an option, background image. So how to use any background image in CSS? So there is one way. You cannot directly use any background image. You need to say URL, and then in URL provide the image path. Okay, I will use this. I am not having much of the images here, so we will be using this. So So what is the name of the image? It's a carousel .jpg. And give the back some okay, it's a black color by default. So let's try using this image. Refresh this. Okay, so you can see the text over here. If I don't like the color of text, so I can change the color of text over here. So first of all, let's try to change some background size. Background repeat, no repeat. Background size 100%. We'll be taking some height to this, so some height to the jumbotron. Just make it a 300 pixel, and here provide that height 300 pixel. And one more thing, that is a background cover. Background size cover. Refresh this. Now we can see the whole image here. Okay, but I want to change the text, so just going to check. But I cannot. I don't want to trial and error. I just want that text to be so. Let's try over here inspecting the items. First of all, okay, so color of the text I can select as it is a, so if I want to change, you can select the color picker, you can select this one, you can select even this color also, so it looks good, right? As it is already having some text, so that will be fine. We can change this and select this from here. Okay, go to your VS Code, go to the CSS, and you have your H1 over here, right? So I will minimize it to something H4, so that text will be quite managed. And how to give an inline CSS? So you can give inline CSS like you are using style here, color, and place the color over here. So this is the way to give an inline CSS. Right, and this is quite H1, H4. H4 is too small, that text is not properly visible, so I am making it to the H3, little font raised. Okay, so like this. Okay, now you can adjust this position by using your stylings to the H1, right? Even though see, I wanted to tell you one more thing, that okay, so we need to provide some margin over here. Now you can use this H3 dot jumbotron okay, in CSS dot jumbotron H3, and here I will be taking the margin top, that is 24%, and margin, some left margin, so that will be again 20% or something, 15%, so that will be added over here. Okay, let's try out first of all. So I need to again make it some 30% of margin will be okay to it, right? So 35% of margin will be okay to it. Again it is going down, so we are exceeding top margin. Now it looks better. Okay, so this is the kind of thing. Now what is responsiveness means? Okay, what is responsiveness means? I can see this is properly done, good looking page, but when I minimize this, right, I can see this is adjusted, and you can see above here one icon, right? This is, the heading is over here, the brand name is over here, but all other menu items are hidden over here, and instead of menu items I can see one icon, that is 3-bar icon, correct? So guys, you can see that if I click this, what is the effect of that? You can see all the nav items here. Automatically they are open and automatically they are collapsed when you click the button. So this is called as responsive web page. This is called as an responsive web page. You can see here no scrolling is given, right? Whenever I click this, that means the height of this page is larger, right? Then automatically a scrolling is coming over here. Okay, so this is called as a responsiveness, and this text is coming down and going up when we are doing this resizing of the web page. So we can adjust it by using the media query. So how can I adjust it? By using a media query. So writing a media query, so how to write a media query? go to your CSS and write @media screen and for the width, a max width. Okay, now the point comes to the width. How we can find out the width or something else? So okay, now I have written here max width. So according to the Bootstrap, there is one thing called grid basic. And what this grid basic means? So Bootstrap grid system allows up to 12 columns across a page, across a web page. This is your web page, and across this web page this system is dividing this page across the 12 columns. If you do not want to use all 12 columns individually, you can group the columns together to create a wider column. Okay, if you do not want to use individually 12 columns, then you can make them common. And Bootstrap grid system is a responsive, and the columns will rearrange automatically depending on the screen size. The main issue is depending on the screen size. So which kind of screen size we usually having in our life? So laptop screen, desktop screen, mobile screen, and in mobile screen there are different kind of mobile screens, right? Just like we have simple phones, okay, again Android phones, iPhones. In Android phone there are multiple screen sizes, okay. So the responsive web pages are built up for this different size of screen size, okay. So we use the media and screen options for adjusting, for creating these web pages, responsive web pages for different screen sizes. So screen sizes are like the smallest screen size for the Bootstrap 3 is your 768 pixel wide. Small size is that greater than or equal to 768 pixel. Middle is the laptop screen, that is below 992 pixel, and the large screen as for the laptops and desktops also. So more than, or we can say up to 1200 pixels we can use for the Bootstrap 3. But the difference comes in the grid basics when you are using the different versions. For the higher versions, the screen size are again managed. It starts from the 560. So we can use these Bootstrap grids over there. Now writing for this a screen size, just use this class. I want to just adjust the text and its margins. So top margin we need to adjust, left margin is quite good, so I will increase it up to 27 pixel. So whenever it is a maximum width 750, or we can make it 768 also. So whenever it will be a maximum width 768 pixel of any screen, so that text will be having the top margin 27. Let's refresh first. You can see the mobile view from here also by inspecting this. Different screen sizes you can see over here. Okay, I should write. Let's change this one. So pixel 763 pixel. Okay, fine. So we can see that it is. So decreasing and increasing size of this web page, we can find a different margin for this, right? For the maximum 768 pixel, it is the text like over. It's 27%. So I will change it to something 35 pixel and let's see. It is different right now. Okay, so this is the way you can find a responsiveness of any web page. We have many other classes like your carousel and many more things on the Bootstrap, so you can try over them using these classes. Now we will move towards the JavaScript, how to apply the JavaScript, how to make an website functional. So by using JavaScript, nowadays full stack web development uses the scripting language JavaScript all over the world. So again, there is many other languages also, but JavaScript is the more easiest and powerful used language. So let's start learning some JavaScripts. Now on this same page, when I open this page, I find these things. If you open somewhere, some coupon pages are loading when you are first time opening any web page, right? You must have seen the coupons and etc. Okay, so how these things can be done, and when you click the close icon, these are closed. When you click apply coupon or something, some changes you can see. So this is a functionality of that part, and how this made a functional. So we use the JavaScript behind that to made it functional. Now for the same web page, we will be using the JavaScript code. So below this container, or we can use the same container here, and in that container we will create some coupons. We will create 2 coupons. So for that I will be using a div ID called coupons. So this div we will have. Okay, now here I will create 2 divs to make 2 different coupons. So for this, first one div to show a coupon image, and in that one image class, image src. Or if we are not using any image, we can simply use a background color to them. So we will try to use a background color, or we have some images over here, cake images, right? So I will be using that cake image to make it a better fruit.jpg that I have. Okay, and one alternate, so that it indicates the name of image. Now in the same, use one more div, and the class name will be some coupon info. These are the user defined classes. Okay, coupon info, coupon image, that can be given by the user. Here jumbotron, and these are some inbuilt classes, collapse, navbar, etc. They are provided by the bootstrap. I will use some text over here. So this is a coupon ID, let's say TBA 123 123, then some text over here, click to win, and we will taking some button type button. And now see, we have a benefit of Bootstrap having the button class btn, and we can say there are many types of button. We will using some, first of all, a primary button. So you can see the difference of different buttons, and I'm taking one ID to it for the better use of this code. I can make it down ID. This will be having a text apply, okay, and then below that I want to create the same coupon. So what should I do? I will copy and paste the same coupon here. I will name it as coupon and just changing the image, okay, truffle cake, and change this code. I will make it 321, and ID must be different for everything. ID must be different for everything. And I will change here a button. I will say here success button, okay. Then let's see, now we are not using any CSS of this, so it is a basic structure that we can see. So first of all, we apply some CSS over here. Already we are having some CSS file, right? So using that classes before this media and screen, I will be using the class coupons. I think we check first of all, it is a coupons. Better way to copy and use this class, so you will avoid the mistakes, correct? Then so first of all, make it a display. You can make it a display inline block, so they are coming one beside other. And then I will be first of all using some border to it. So border will be like 1 pixel. For the trial, we will take a solid red colored border, okay. Then some border radius. So border radius can be in the pixel or can be in the percent, 12 pixel, simple. And some margins, first of all, we will put margin will be 2% from all sides. Let's hope it will work. Go to the so they are coming below each other. Divs are display inline block. We'll try to make them a flex, and its direction, the flex, okay. Just try to use the flex direction. Will be column. glass is the same. Okay, let's find out the width and height of the glass first. Okay, then there are two divs, opens. Okay, I will try to wrap them in one div. So creating one more div for them, div class will be so this is called as the wrapping here. And use this div open div class in the bootstrap, in the CSS place over here. Okay, and make it a display plus align items center. So display 2, let's try first, and from remove this, or you can comment all this here. Okay, now to this coupons, okay, we will apply some width and height. So create a 300 pixel and height of 300 pixel, and we can make it a 250 pixel height. Okay, just check whether we are okay. So it is a flex and a margin is not working. So we'll try to take a margin in between them. So 2% margin is proper. Then some border, 1 pixel of solid red border. It's good. Okay, so let's refresh it, and margin is not working, so I will try to use the margin for the is it having the ID? It is a class. Okay, here ID we have taken for the so the difference is you are taking an ID and we are using here one class, so it is not working. That's why you need to put an hash over here. Okay, and it will be giving you some effects right now. Okay, so this is one hash character because we are taking one ID over here, simply ID. So that's the difference. If you are taking an ID and you are writing the dot character in front of the name, so it will not work. Okay, now it's some kind of okay, so we can make it as a coupon, and in bootstrap.css it's a coupon class. So refresh it, right? So we can see that border that just we have taken for the our sense that we can see or not. So we need to increase some height of this up to some 350 pixels, and okay, so we can see that the coupons are coming over here. Now about the image, so this image can be seen, this is letting us space something over here. So how to use the image class? Then go to your VS Code. Okay, then this coupon, use this coupon class and its image tag. Okay, the image tag included in the coupon class. So width, take it as a 100%. Okay, width, take it as 100%, and height, keep a similar height, just like if it is a 350, then you can make it as a 250 or 200 pixel. Right, go to your browser and see. So this is a code for this. So this is a code for this coupon image class, right? Width 100% and height 200 pixel. So it will show you like this. Should make it like 30. Okay, now its functionality, we will not work on this, we will go to the JavaScript now. So how to write a JavaScript for this? If I want to click this button, apply button, so something should happen, right? Something should happen. Okay, so we will be using the JavaScript files for this now, some JavaScript for this. So create one JavaScript file here. If I say javascript.js, the extension must be the JS for the JavaScript file. Any JavaScript file you create, name can be anything, but if I rename this, I will try to take a proper name. I will say index.js. okay, then index.js, link this file here. How to link this file? So we cannot directly link the JavaScript file over here just by using the link. We need to use the script tag script src equal to file name, it is index.js, and close this script tag. Okay, now you can use this index.js. So first of all, we will be using this JavaScript over here. So we have already used a script tag to link our JavaScript file. Now what is JavaScript? Why to use JavaScript? Just I have explained, to make anything functional on our web page we use the JavaScript, right? Now about the JavaScript. Just like Bootstrap has some versions, 3, 4, 5. JavaScript also has some versions. And why we use the JavaScript? For some event occurring, right? Changing button, clicking anything, okay, that we do on the web page, that is done by the JavaScript. So there are two standards to write a JavaScript language. ECMAScript is the standard. We say it as a ES5 and ES6 ECMAScript standards. So JS does not work directly in the browser, it combined with the HTML. Okay, as we can see, HTML and CSS can directly work on the browser, but JS cannot directly work. We need to combine it with the HTML, so it will work on that. And one more thing about the Bootstrap and the JavaScript difference. If you want any version, if you need to use any version of Bootstrap, 3, 4 or 5, you can use the single version at a time in a single file. That means bootstrap.html is using the Bootstrap 3 version. If I want to use the Bootstrap 4 version, then I need to create the different file, and in that I can use. For the same page I cannot use the same version. So the difference is, in JavaScript you can use the ES5 standard code as well as the ES6 code in the same file. Now we will create two functions over here. So I want these coupons on loading of this page. So I will be using one script here and one function window.onLoad, and the function name is showDiv. And how to write this function? I should wait a minute. The script tag. First of all, use a script tag over here, and then inside that write a window dot onload function, and the function name show div. It is a user defined name. You can get any name over here. Okay, and one more, if I click something, if I click any button, close button, so that div should be hidden. So I will be using one button over here on the coupon div. So for the closing that complete coupon, if I don't want to select anything, then it will be closed. So one div that will be having an div that will be having an class. So I will be using a glyph icon class, which will be a closing button, glyph icon remove. Its name is remove. Okay, and now here we are going to use the event. So on click event, there are events on which the operations are performed. So I am using one event called hide, called on click event, and on click event I have one function called hide div, So on click of this icon, I can close all this coupon page. Let's see the icon is over there or not. Okay, it is coming over here, so we need to move somewhere. How can we move it? Just go to the element dot style and apply the margin. First of all, make it up. So there is one property called float, so you can make it a float right or left. So just taking it class clip, I can remove it. Is floating, it is not floating left. Okay, now write a margin over here. Just remove this class, margin top. Okay, so it's going up. So we can use this for icon remove class. Okay, go to CSS, use the class dot glyph icon remove, and paste this. So save this and try over our browser. Let's see, it's coming. Okay. So now we will write a function for this. Okay, so when I click this, it should be hidden. Now it is displaying over here, so it has a display property, correct? It has some display property over there. So if I want to make it a non-displaying thing, so use this JS. Now we have written one function called hide div. On that, click icon, right? So hide div function, use this hide div function, write a function. This is a format of writing any function in a JavaScript file. Function hide div, this is called as ES5 standard. This is an ES5 standard, and this is ES5 standard. This is commenting tag, 2 backslashes at the commenting tag for this. Then so where declare first, declarations are important. Where my div equal to, this is one variable, and where means a variable, we simply use. Then declare as a local variable my div. You can take any name. Okay, this is just a. Then document is the DOM. What is DOM now? Document object model. JavaScript always follows the DOM structure, or any web page is having the DOM structure. So it is a document object model. The whole HTML page we create, the whole HTML page. So 1 second, I will show you. The whole HTML page we create, it is a DOM. It looks like a document to the JavaScript. Document, take it as a JavaScript. Suppose I open one website and go to the console. If I open this website and go to the console, if I click here somewhere and go to the console, where is the console now? So you can find the options from here. Go here. I will take it down for your convenience. And okay, so just clear this. This is a clear icon. Okay, and I write document here. I write document here. So complete document is selected. Okay, if I enter this, so complete document is selected, right? If you want the particular element, you can target it by 3 ways. If you want something from here, okay, just like any h1 tag, and I enter document. Okay, here it's not a function. Okay, so document, we will get a function get element by ID. If it is having an ID h1, then it will show an ID. Okay, it is null. If I say document get elements by class name, so it is showing me something collection, but it is 0. Okay, then if I say by tag name, document get elements by tag name. Okay, so this is a tag, and this is showing me the HTML collection of some tag. So length is 0, even so we don't have any h1 tag over here, correct? We will find with the different tag anchor attribute we can find. So it is giving me the list of anchor tags over here, right? So there are many anchor tags present inside this document. Inside this complete document there are many anchor tags are present. So if I select any another tag like p tag, let's see, we are having the collection of this much anchor tag, p tag. How many? 14 paragraph tag p tags are used inside this complete document. So this is an document object model for the JavaScript. Now we will be using this kind of thing in our JavaScript. So we are having one function called hide div. This is the format we write inside a JavaScript file. This is a ES6 standard, ES5 standard. ES6 standard is quite different. So I will write here get element by. Now I have given some ID over here. Coupon is our ID. Coupon is our ID, correct? Now I need to change here for coupon 1 and coupon 2 because we have some different IDs, right? So coupon's ID, this is a coupon ID, right? I want to hide both coupons, so I will use coupon as an ID over there. And now use this declaration my div, and its style we will be using make its display equal to none. When I click a remove button, its display will be none. So on click of this remove button, this is an event, on click is an event, and on click of this button, this hide div function, this event will be generated, and this hide div function will be activated, and it will perform this code. So we will save this. Let's go to our browser, our page, refresh again, and if I close this coupon is closed, okay? Because are we using any different? Okay, only one. I will do some changes over here in code that both coupons should be, I will make it as an ID coupon div, use this button over here, okay, and I will make one change in the CSS, that will be the coupon div is an ID now, and here we will be using this coupon div ID. Let's try again. If I refresh this, both coupons are appearing, and where is the button? Oh, it's gone long. So switching to the code, go to the bootstrap and take down this I will just comment out this and let's try this is working or not. It should come over here at the down, right, and on click of this both of these are removed, right, both of these are removed. Okay, then again I refresh, I can see both coupons. Now we will apply a JavaScript on this button, the similar JavaScript on this button. So we will be moving to the code. Okay, and then again use some functions over here on coupon. On apply button we will be using one event, the same event, on click event, and in on click event I will use the validate first, okay, as a function, and on click of this validate 2. So we will be using two things over here, validate 1 and validate 2. Okay, so write a JavaScript for this, how we can use this, so use that function first, validate 1, validate first. Okay, so as a function validate first. Okay, so simply like this, on click of the first one get element by ID. Now we will be using the ID of first one. So I want to change the text from apply to applied. Okay, so how we can do that? Check first the ID of this, validate first ID, it's a success 1, so use this ID over here. Okay, and make its inner text will be changed to the applied, now where the second div, now second div should be hidden, when I applied for the first coupon, right, when it is applied it should be the none, that means we cannot apply for the second coupon, right? So we will use like this ID, and its ID is success 2, so that now use this second div dot style dot display, make it as a none, right, and the similar function will be for second one. We will be writing validate validate 2. I think it is not a function name, let's check what is the function name. Okay, so now we will be using some different standard for this. Okay, so this is an ES 6 standard. Now what we can do, simply declare the first div here, and okay, first div, second div, yeah, first div document dot get element by id. Its id is success1, control C and paste. Okay, then dot, and use this first div dot style equal dot display will be none. Okay, then, and the text of this I will be using this one, and we will change the id over there, success2 id. Okay, and even you can change the color of the background of the button. So go to the browser, refresh it. Okay, if I click the first one, something not working. Okay, let's try to use it as a function. This is not using the ES6 format, we will be using only the ES5 over here because it is a simple JavaScript. Refresh it again. Shall I get this? Okay, try now. Okay, refresh it again. Try on the apply one. Yeah, see, by using the simple ES5 standards we can make it. We are applying both we are applying only ES5 standards over here on both div. Okay, so validate first and validate 2. So if I should go to the here on the browser. Okay, if I see this, so I can see both buttons over here. If I make apply first, second, okay, so this is okay, something for the, let me check the code in the validate 2 function. On click event success 2. Go to the browser, try again. If I click this second one, yeah, it says applied and you cannot apply this one. So this is a simple JavaScript, and we can learn many more JavaScript functions like this. There are many things. One more thing is called the API integration, that you can use some live APIs that are working, that are created in backend development, and by using them in a JavaScript you can make a functional web page again. So guys, this is a live session, live workshop for you for the Bootstrap and the JavaScript today. If you like this workshop, So thumbs up us on YouTube and subscribe us for the next workshops that will be held in some upcoming days. You can raise your queries on YouTube comments. Thank you for the session. Thank you for your valuable time.